Hello and welcome to this video. My name is ActiqueRS. So a couple of days ago I was doing a bit of Slayer and I had a JAD task and I was like, yeah, why not? Why not do it? Because it's kind of interesting to see if it's easy to do, and I might as well get my 5th fire cape or 6th or whatever. And so I did the JAD task, and I was actually even thinking about making a real guide about it, but then again I think most of my viewers actually know how to kill JAD, and I think there are plenty and plenty of guides about killing JAD, so I just want to talk about doing JAD as a Slayer task in general and maybe give some tips for the JAD or something like that. So first, before I go into any detail, I want to say that I failed really hard at the JAD because I didn't know that if you lure the minions to yourself and you just don't kill them, and as long as they don't touch the JAD, they don't heal him. So I actually ended up killing the minions 2 times. But the funny thing about this is that even though I killed the minions 2 times, I still had pretty much no problems to kill the JAD, and I still completed the whole fight caves in 50 minutes. But if you don't fail like I did and you kill JAD much faster because you don't have to kill the minions at all, then you can expect to get the fight caves done in 40 minutes if you have a maxed character. So since it takes so little time to do the fight caves, it actually is a worthwhile task to do. So if you use a similar setup that I was using, so you are using dual Drygors just to go through all the waves from the wave 1 to the wave 63, and you just use overload, you will just kill all the monsters with Drygors. You don't have to bother with switching any items because they are very weak if you have overload and Drygor. So a good idea is to bring a level 90 weapon if you can afford that, and it's definitely making the fight caves very easy because you don't have to bother with switching any gear. So if you choose the melee setup, you will expect to get around 120k in strength XP and 43k in constitution XP. And if you do what I did and switch to ranged, then you will get around 10k ranged XP and 78k Slayer XP. These numbers may sound low, but you have to take into consideration that it takes 40 minutes, not 1 hour. So if you actually calculate the hourly XP rate, it's actually 117k Slayer XP per hour, which is actually pretty close to the best tasks, to be honest. It's quite close to Abyssal Demons, I think so. So if you want to mix up your Slayer training, it's definitely not XP based to do the JAD task, and it's kind of fun also. So let's go to the part with the tips that I suggest you do if you want to do the fight cave task. So definitely you need to bring your full Slayer helmet, that's obvious. And one thing that's pretty useful is that if you are using your dual Drygors, you can just use a scrimshaw of vampirism through all the waves from 1 to 63. Now I know that it costs a little bit to use the scrimshaw, but it makes it so relaxing because you don't have to look at your HP at all. There is no possible way that you die if you have a scrimshaw of vampirism on. So if you're a lazy person like me and you don't want to be checking your prayer points all the time and use soul split, then I definitely recommend to use the scrimshaw of vampirism. Another tip is that before the JAD fight starts, you should definitely use your ranged. And you should start with using Vampirism Aura, because when you have Vampirism Aura on and you are doing ranged on JAD, you don't really have to worry about eating at all, because when you are hitting JAD, you will regenerate enough of HP that you just can't die from JAD unless you fail with the prayers. So as long as you don't panic, it's not really possible to die on JAD. But it takes some practice, and I definitely remember dying a lot at JAD until I got my first fire cape, and that's because I always was panicking too much, because back when I was trying to get my first fire cape, it took me like 2 or 3 hours to get to the JAD, so I was already very tired of the whole fight cave, and then I just simply failed when the JAD spawned because there is no way to practice. But at the moment, if you are very afraid that you will fail at JAD, you can of course just go to the wave 62 and then just simply log off, and then you go to beta, and you import your save and you try to kill the Jad in the beta, and when you are calm enough, then just go kill Jad in the live game. And that's a nice tip also, so you can practice Jad as many times as you want in the beta. And the way to do this right is just simply click log out one time at wave 61, and after wave 61 it will log you out, and then you can just do 62 in the beta and then kill the Jad. Or you can, if you are just secure enough and you are not really that afraid and you just want to try it one time, then you can just click log out one time at wave 62, and when you log in back, then it will start from wave 63, which will mean that you have to start directly from the fight with the Jad. But I think this concludes my tips and tricks. So as a quick recap, just simply go there with dual Trigors, use your overloads and use Vampirism Scrimshaw through all the waves to the 62. And when the Jad comes, just switch to ranged and then use Vampirism Aura. Don't kill the minions, and if you wanna test Jad out, you can test it out in the beta. But yeah, I think this is pretty much about it. So if you liked this video, leave it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.